Hey, how are you feeling, Mark?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Where are we right now?
We're in Yerevan, currently at the Cascade. Beautiful day.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, people are out enjoying themselves. So, the place to be.
What's the first thing that crosses your mind when you wake up in Gyumri?
Oh man, a life of excitement, unpredictability.
What's the most exciting part of living in Gyumri?
Probably the people. Very kind, hospitable people.
How did you first learn Armenian?
Actually, before we came to Armenia, we had training, and I was lucky enough to have a great tutor.
What's the Armenian phrase you use most often?
In Spesek.
What's been your proudest moment as a Peace Corps volunteer?
The community building, and just trying to make a statement.
How did you get the idea for the mobile pottery studio?
Talking to my my counterpart and the youth house coordinator.
What excites you the most about this project?
It's probably seeing how happy the kids will be and eventually building things that other people can use.
What's your favorite craft to make in the studio?
Probably little tiny houses.
How has a pottery studio brought the community closer?
Possibilities, endless possibilities.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned working with Armenian youth?
How determined and passionate they are about learning English.
What do you love most about teaching Armenian dance?
The rhythm, the dance, the nuance, and the history behind every single one of them.
Which Armenian dance is your favorite to perform?
Probably
No.
the moves.
Which Armenian dance is your favorite to perform?
Yakushta.
Which Armenian dance? Oh, what's been your funniest moment teaching dance to other volunteers?
Surprising them that I can dance.
What drew you to join the Peace Corps in the first place?
Giving back.
How has your role at the YIC shaped your perspective?
A group effort.
What's been the most surprising thing about Armenian culture?
The food.
What's the best Armenian dish you've ever tasted?
Doma.
What's one Armenian tradition you'd love to bring back to the U.S.?
Badavar.
How has living in Armenia changed the way you see yourself?
Resilient.
What's the one thing you miss most about Rochester?
Friends.
How did growing up there shape who you are today?
Teamwork.
What's the most valuable lesson you learned during your time in the Army?
Discipline.
How has being stationed in Alaska influenced your outlook on life?
Can get through anything.
What motivated you to work as a life coach before Peace Corps?
People.
What's the most impactful piece of advice you've ever given as a coach?
Don't give up.
How does life coaching compare to working with youth?
Hi.
Oh, you gotta come from a basic understanding. Listen first. Get to know what their goals are, their dreams. Remind them about it.
What inspires you to keep giving back to communities?
Connection.
How do you think your experience in the Peace Corps will prepare you to be a crisis counselor?
taking the high road.
What fascinates you most about hostage negotiation?
Making them see that there's better alternatives.
What's a skill from your Peace Corps experience you think will help you in negotiation?
Probably intercultural communication.
How has being introspective influenced your work with youth?
Get to see their struggles.
What's a moment of personal growth you've experienced in Armenia?
Composure.
How do you like to unwind after a challenging day?
Work on what I like to do for development.
What's the best part of being a Baltimore Ravens fan?
Seeing my boy Lamar.
What's
All
one
out.
What's one thing you've learned about teamwork from watching the Ravens play?
Preparation.
Who's your favorite Ravens player, past or present?
Present. Lamar Jackson.
How has being athletic helped you during your Peace Corps service?
Get on the same level with the kids.
What's your favorite way to stay active in Armenia?
Keeping up with friends.
How has dancing kept you connected to Armenian culture?
The story behind every dance.
What's the best compliment you received about your dancing?
I dance better than most Armenians.
What sparked your love for anime?
Creation.
Do you find your love of anime influences how you develop your characters?
Yeah.
Which anime series has the best character development, in your opinion?
I would have to say Dragon Ball Z.
What's the key to writing a compelling character?
Give them a backstory.
How do you approach writing character motives and philosophies?
Take a little bit from your own life.
What's your favorite part about writing on your iPad?
Get to save everything.
If you could collaborate with any writer in New York, who would it be?
Myself.
What kind of story do you dream of creating?
One that will be appreciated for 100 years.
Why do you believe great books make great movies?
They give the people what they want.
How did A Royal Conundrum, otherwise known as The Misfits, by Lisa Yee, inspire you?
Everybody's unique.
What's a story from your time in Armenia that you'd love to write about?
My dancing group.
Where is your favorite spot in Gyumri to sit and think?
Mother Armenia.
What's the most interesting real-life character you've met in Armenia?
Don't know about that one.
What's a philosophy you've developed since joining the Peace Corps?
Stay humble.
If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Keep pushing.
What's one thing you've learned about resilience?
People around you will see it.
How do you define success?
people coming back to you and reminding you that you changed their life.
What's your vision for your future as a crisis counselor?
Not having to say a word.
How do you think storytelling can make an impact in crisis counseling?
I can remind the kids where they were, where they are, and where they can go.
What's been the most unexpected part of your Peace Corps journey?
Acceptance.
What's a lesson from Armenian youth you'll carry with you forever?
People may be different on the outside, but they're the same on the inside.
How do you want the pottery studio to be remembered in Gyumri?
Creation.
If you could have a pottery session with any historical figure, who would it be?
Plato.
What's one Armenian recipe you want to teach friends back home?
Chapama.
What will you miss most about Gyumri?
The nightlife.
What's a memory from Armenia that will always stay with you?
Being in the garden with my host Tati.
What does a perfect writing session in Gyumri look like?
Nice spring, sunny day.
If your Peace Corps journey were a book, what would the title be?
Another step up.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Doing work for my government.
And last question, what's the legacy you hope to leave behind in everything you do?
You really want something? Then go get it.
All right, man. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.